Hey, what's up guys, it's me again and welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with a new short movie. The name of the short movie is What If Naruto Was Fused by a Dark God. And yeah guys, it is an unscripted short movie. Now before continuing this, shout out is due where it is due. Shout out to Timothy Corner for suggesting this idea. Now before continuing this, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And without any further ado, let's begin with our today's short movie. Our story begins, but not with the elemental nation or with the shinobi world itself, with the deities who watch over such universe, Kami, Yami, and Shinigami. They have been watching and creating different universes and realities, one which will be pitch perfect, ridden from all the greediness and cruelty as well as from hatred and darkness. But so far they have failed. In the beginning they thought that it might be because of their other fellow god, the god of darkness himself, their other sibling, the fourth one, who was the god of darkness, greed, and cruelty. And he might be the one influencing all the creation, causing them to end up being destroying because of him. So they forbidden him to ever use his domains and created the shinobi world. But even then, it failed. They got suspicious and tried to question him, but in the end, he denied. As now we see, so they begin to watch this creation of theirs that has been existent for far too long, as more than thousands of years have passed, and still to no end. They have gotten more corrupt, greedy, and power hungry as the time has gone on by. As now we see the council of all four gods, seated around the round table, watching all of this fall down in front of them, as Darkness had a smile on his face. See, sisters, I told you that I was not influencing them. Not even an ounce of my power has been used. Your creation, that you are so obsessed with, is filled with hatred, darkness, as well as greed in its own since birth. Even if they are not, it is an emotion that breathes within them and their mind. As the three of them looked down, as Kami sighed and apologized. I think we owe you an apology, brother. Of course you do. But that doesn't mean that you're not the owner of these domains. And they have been influenced. And you have gained power, have you not? Obviously. Because as soon as greed is born, or any other form of darkness is created, my domain is in effect, and I will gain power from it. Even if I have no influence over it, I will become strong. So, you knew about this and hid this from us? Said Yami. No point in telling you all. I mean, you yourself have a domain over revenge. Or have you forgotten, Yami? That thing is different. Why do you think people will take revenge and make you strong and your domain strong? If there is hatred, if there is darkness, that is the reason why. As Kami and Yami, they looked at each other. Why do you think the life is created? Because of obsession you call love. And why do you think life ends? Because of hatred and jealousy that you call death. That is why the domains work. We all are much more in common than you all think. The perfect creation, as you say, it doesn't exist. Each and every creation has its own flaws. Or have you forgotten about that? As the three of the other goddesses looked down, as Darkness finally sat down. But still, is it too hard for something for the beings like us to create? No, it's not, but you have to remember, we four equally share this domain. This universe is created and balanced by all four of us. You, for eons, have pushed me aside and tried to take control over the whole universe, the three of you. You think I have not seen this? As the three of them flinched, I didn't even move a muscle. Wanna know why? Why? Because I knew things will never go in imbalance. Because as long as you three exist, the darkness, which is my domain, will as well. So I didn't have to lift a finger and let you be on your own little adventure. So you played us like a fiddle, said Shinigami. I didn't play anyone, except for yourselves. You played yourselves. Don't lump this on me. As this was going on, we see Kami's eyes widen as a scene was unfolding in front of them. As in Konoha Gakure, a catastrophe was about to occur because the child of prophecy that they have sent it down as their last sort of hope to save, well, their creation from the greed and darkness was about to be killed. He was too weakened. There has been complications this time around. No, 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 this can't be. What are we gonna do? Said Shinigami, as Yami also was quite frightened. What is it? We sent it a child of prophecy there. Someone who will be able to, well, finally unite everyone. As darkness rose an eyebrow, seriously, and you believe that it will work? We thought it would. Please, you have to help us. And now you ask for my help after everything you have done? What reason do I have to help you? Can you not? This is also your domain, and now you realize that this is mine. Enough about this, please. I request of you, help us. Fine. But I have to go there and intervene myself. But doing so, you know that our laws, right? Laws are only made by you and implemented by you. You never asked for my opinion, so they don't apply to me. And looking at that boy's life, I think Shinigami, you are up. Because a summoning form has been created, and the boy's life is decreasing. What? What do you mean it is decreasing? Check for yourself, Kami. As Kami witnessed that Naruto, due to complications at birth, was really on the verge of death. If not saved by someone's interference, or divine interference, he will die. No human there, not even Tsunade Senju of that world, can save him now. Only us, divine beings, by some miracle can. And you know the price of a miracle, right? Said Darkness. Yes. As Kami then said, I will go. What? Said both Yami and Shinigami. You can't. Allow me to go. The three of you cannot leave, said Darkness, finally speaking. What do you mean by that? You have forgotten your own rules that you have set on yourself without me asking? Now is not the time, brother, please. That is what I'm saying. You have implemented those rules on yourself with consequences if you don't abide by them. I didn't. So if anyone can go there and come back without even a worry, it is me. But brother, you being there, I know. I am a greedy person after all, being the god of greed and all that. So mark my words, I will only save those who are worth saving, and rest can go all to hell. We have a deal. Yes, said Kami, as Yami and Shinigami, seeing that they had no other choice, also agreed to this. With that, Darkness disappeared, and instead of Shinigami heeding the call of Minato, Darkness did. As Minato was shocked, as who was this being? Was this Shinigami? He asked after some thinking. Shinigami-sama. No, I am her sibling, an elder god who has been forgotten. The god of darkness, corruption, and greed, and jealousy. As Minato's eyes widened, did he make a hand seal wrong? Because he ended up summoning a corrupt dark god. You did nothing wrong, Minato. I just arrived here on my own accord. You see, my sisters have screwed up. Big time. The child of your life, the fate of his, is not only his or yours. It relies on... The whole elemental nation relies on him. He is the child of prophecy your sensei spoke of, after all. As Minato's eyes widened. Seriously? Yes, and that is why I will be doing my sister's bidding in their stead. So you don't have to worry about this. As now we see Darkness thought to himself, I can't reveal this to him, that I will be merging with his son. I have to keep that a secret. As now we see Darkness unsheathing his katana, which was complete black, pitch black blade, and black flames were covering it. We see with a single slash, QB was subdued to the point that not even a muscle of it was moving, and it was dragged in an instant into the palm of Darkness like chakra. As the chakra ball was then delivered into the seal, there, the QB has been sealed within the child. What about the payment? The Hakefuin payment? I do not require any payment. The Shinigami didn't appear, right? So the deal has become void. Then why help us? I have my own reasons, let's just say. I'll leave my blade to your son. He will be my weapon in this world. The sisters of mine, their child of prophecy, and my weapon will bring peace to this world. And with that, a sinister laughter was heard by the whole Konoha that sent chills down their spine, much more sinister than the QB itself. And with that, few seconds passed which seemingly looked like years, the darkness god vanished. As after that, the effects on Naruto were evident. His hair, which was blonde, turned pitch black. And as for his eyes, they were lesser blue. But they were now dull instead of bright blue. As he became a little bit palish, and that was the evident changes, as the blade disappeared inside Naruto's palm in the form of a kanji. As Minato stood there frozen, as Kushina, who at the point of all of this was going on was weakened, was now back to her normal self. Minato. As Minato looked behind to see his wife, who was close to dying, was now healthy. What is going on? How come I'm back to good health? I don't understand. What did you do, Minato? Said Hiruzen-sama. As he arrived there, he has been a retired Hokage and passed on the torch to Minato. But due to his absence, Hiruzen had to retake the mentality of the Hokage and go to war against the Biju to protect his village. And now everything was done, he wanted to ask questions. I will explain everything later. Kushina, take Minato and go home. But Minato, take Naruto and go home, Kushina. Once everything is settled and the council meeting is done, I'll explain everything to you back at home. And Kakashi, hi sensei, said Ananbu, who arrived there with Asuncion. Watch over my wife and son. With that being said, the two of them with the newborn left as Minato and Hiruzen left there on their own. Hiruzen-sama, there is something that I would like to talk to you in private before we go into the council chamber. As Hiruzen was quite confused. Alright, let's go to the Hokage office then. As scene cut to the Hokage office, inside it we see that both Minato and Hiruzen were silent as both of them were gazing out of the window of the Hokage office towards the village. What is that you wish to speak, Minato? It is about the seal that I used. You used the Hakai Fuin, I remember. But surprisingly, your soul isn't taken. Maybe it was a rumor or a myth. I wouldn't have known because I couldn't have used myself. It wasn't a myth. A god did appear. But instead of Shinigami, it was the god of darkness and corruption itself. It has blessed Naruto and said that Naruto will be his weapon. And he is the child of prophecy, sent here by the gods to save us, as Sensei has mentioned before, to you and to me. As Hiruzen hearing this was shocked. If this was coming from the mouths of a god, then it will be 100% true. What else? But only those who are deemed by him worthy of being saved will be saved. The rest, they will be destroyed. As Hiruzen was shocked by this. And what else? The weapon of the said god. The katana that subdued the Biju in front of me with a single slash of it has been left in my son's care as his weapon and blade. As this shocked Hiruzen to no end. If that blade was able to subdue the strongest Biju that almost eradicated their whole village with a single slash of it, then what can it do to a normal human? I don't understand. How did this happen? I thought to myself as well. I tried to remember if I made a mistake, but I didn't. No matter how hard I tried to remember it. It's just perfect in my mind. I remembered the hand seals, did them, and that being known as darkness appeared, saying that he is the fourth pillar god. Has there been someone like that? Said Minato, asking question to Hiruzen. I'm afraid, Minato, I myself don't know. Not even a bit. For as far as we can remember, only Kami-Yami and Shinigami somehow have revealed themselves to us. In the past, in the Edo period. And we don't know how they look like still. I see. So what should we do and tell this to council or not? No. Are you insane? If they find out about this, forget about the QB, they would ask for your son's head regardless. What? Why? Can't you see that, Minato? At that god, a god who is said to be corrupt and evil that we don't know of, has just blessed your son to be his weapon, and left his weapon in his care. If the village finds out, they would try to take that weapon away. If not possible, then they would try anything in their power to destroy that child's life, or to kill that child, whom they all will see as a threat. To be honest, I'm quite myself scared of him at this point, but I know that if he's under your two's care, he will be growing up just fine. I'm afraid that is not possible, Hiruzen, said a voice as the door busted open and in came Danzo Shimura. What? What are you doing here, Danzo? All of us are here and have heard what has happened. You see, we were getting worried why haven't you arrived here? And that is why we all marched here inside Hokage office, and that is what we heard. Why are you hiding the evil god spawn, Minato? You know very well what we need to do with it. If the weapon that he possesses is his, then we need to get rid of the child, and fast. No, you won't do it. I dare you to try. As the Hokage can go screw himself. We as the council are taking over from this point onwards. Bring the child and the mother to me, said Danzo, as the Anbus left immediately, as Minato was shocked, as the Anbus surrounded and captured him, taking his Harishin kunais away. And that is when, after some time, Kushina and Naruto was dragged there, with Kakashi beaten up and tied. Kakashi! No! Minato, what is going on here? These people, they don't understand. As now we see, that is when Naruto was given to Danzo after being ripped apart from Kushina. No! Leave my son alone, Danzo! We can't leave such a dangerous being alive. Screw the QB. We can always get a new Biju, but the Darkness God, whatever he is, no. We don't want it near. This corrupt god needs to go. And that is when we see Naruto open his eyes, but they were pitch black. Each and every ounce of them. Only his irises were white hues. And in an instant, the same blade appeared and began to hover near Naruto, as the blade emitting darkness pierced through Danzo's skull straightly, killing him instantly, as Naruto was then held on in the midair by the sheath of the blade and levitated near Kushina, who was now able to break free because of the shock of what has transpired. As the blade then spoke, "My name is Byaku, the Blade of Darkness, and if any one of you try to or even dare to harm my master, I will eradicate you all. Until he comes up to time, I will be delivering judgment on behalf of the gods, and you have stepped out of line. And for that, only one punishment exists. Eradication. Beyond your death there will be nothing. No salvation, no hell. Your soul and you will be erased. Execution is your only answer for this." And with that, the blade began to swing violently, and in front of Minato, Kushina, and Hiruzen, and a beaten up Kakashi, the Anbus and the whole council that betrayed them were eradicated. And nothing more than a stream of blood could be seen in the whole Hokage office that day. As after that, the blade sheathed itself and disappeared in Naruto's wrist, shocking everyone who was left alive after this event. Minato, I think it would be best if you leave with Naruto and leave Konoha to me. But Hiruzen-sama, Sensei, said Kakashi, who finally got up. I think it would be best. After witnessing what Naruto is capable of, people will not sit still. If anyone finds out what has transpired today, they will do anything in their power to bring you and the child down. They will even go to the enemies. There will be an imbalance of power and destruction and chaos everywhere. I know it is selfish of us to say this to our savior and hero, but I think it would be best for you and safe for you to leave alongside with Naruto. Where will we go? As that is when a voice came as Jiraiya arrived. I think I know a place. Jiraiya-sensei, how are you here? I was given a prophecy some hours ago that the god of darkness has been reincarnated in the form of child of prophecy. Since his life was in danger, Kamiyami and Shinigami worry that their brother might go on a rampage, because he will be judging himself of who is worthy of being saved and who is not, as the acting child of prophecy. What? What do you mean by that? The child you're holding, he is the reincarnation of the dark god that appeared in front of you, Minato, at the time of the sealing process. You see, your son's soul was close to dying, and to save him, your son's soul and the Dark God have merged as one. And that is why they have become the child of prophecy anew. A one that will not bring everyone to safety, but those who he deemed fit will be saved. As everyone was shocked when they heard this. Regardless of that, he is my son, said Minato, and I have faith in him. So do I, said Kushina, as Hiruzen then smiled. I knew that you two would, and so would I trust him and your judgment, and so will his, because I know the people who will guide him will be there besides him as well. And so Kakashi also nodded as Shiradan said, we don't have much time. We have to leave and fast. After what everything has happened here, I doubt the people will sit still. Wait, but what if they want to know where Sensei went? That's simple. We'll say that they have been killed alongside the child, in exchange of a war with Council. It seems fitting that in rage Minato killed the Council. But that would mean that Sensei will be called a traitor. To hell with being called a traitor, Kakashi, said Minato. I don't care about an ounce of that. What I do care is about my family that I have gotten. I'm prepared to sacrifice everything that I have worked for them. As with that, the hat was given back to Hiruzen. I don't deserve this. Neither this. Are you sure about this, Minato? I wish there was any other way, Hiruzen-sama. But there isn't, unfortunately. And this is the only way out there. Fine. Watch over them, Kakashi. Here, as well as Jiraiya. And with that said, Jiraiya, Minato, Kushina, and their newborn son, Naruto left and disappeared. Sometime after their disappearance, people began to question what happened to the council, and so did the clan. And they were found that Minato's and Kushina's child was reincarnation of a dark evil god, and the council wanted to kill it. Minato tried to have words with them, saying that he was just a kid who was able to save them thanks to that god, but no. They wanted to get that thing rid of, and Minato was enraged after everything he has done, and in the end, they went out with a bang. The child was killed in the end, but Minato and Kushina's rage was so much that they ended up killing the council, but due to the wounds, they too succumbed to their death. As expected, there was some outrage, but more people sympathized with the couple. They sacrificed everything, even their child, and yet in the end, it was them who didn't see to that. The clans, their friends, who were not involved in this, such as Shikaku, as well as Inoichi, Choza, and some of the others, such as Tizumi and Izuka, were quite saddened by this, because they lost some of their good friends. And the others, such as Hizashi and Fugaku, those who were killed, their clans had become ice cold, and they wanted revenge, but they knew that their revenge could never come fulfilled, because the killers of their leaders have already been killed. So the village was in 40-60 split. 60% sympathized, while the 40% were hateful towards their fourth Hokage, called him a stain at the name of Hokage as well, forgetting everything he has done. As now we see, years have gone by, as Naruto, all the way to the other side in Uzashio-Gakure, has been raised safely by Minato, Kushina, and Jiraiya. Joined them many years ago have been Tsunade, that Naruto and they bumped into, and Naruto reminded her quite a lot of Naoki, and that his personality being the same as Dan and Naoki was able to bring her to his side, and she has been acting as his grandmother quite a while now. So now Naruto has reached at the age of 13 and has been learning a lot of new arts from his parents, such as healing ninjutsu and taijutsu from Tsunade, swords art from Jiraiya, from Minato, his Namikaze fighting style that he created over the course of years after he left Konoha, from Uzumaki style from Kushina as well. Naruto has been able to combine each and every of these styles in his own way to make it leverageable over him. As now we see, Naruto was currently with Shizune away from their hideout in Uzashio-Gakure in the market to get some, supplies for them. The village that was nearby, Iwa and Kumo. As now we see, Naruto and Shizune being there, were gathering the supplies when Naruto saw a couple of shinobis and konoichis swing by and corner one of the konoichis who was badly wounded. As Naruto sneaking up on them knocked the other two out, who were ganging up on one of the konoichis who was injured, and she was holding on a kunai in her defense. Who are you? Hi, my name is Naruto. I saw that you were hurt and needed help. Are you okay, Miss Kurtasuchi? What? My name is Kurtasuchi. Thank you for saving me. With these words said, the girl named Kurtasuchi passed out as Naruto used his healing, well, abilities that he was able to learn from Tsunade to heal her completely. After that, all he needed to do was to, well, make sure that she rested. But before he could think of that, Shizune caught up. Naruto, what happened here? She got injured. I rescued her. Naruto, says Shizune sternly. You have forgotten the rule to never use your abilities outside? I'm sorry, but Nei-san, enough. How about we get her a room and leave? That won't be necessary, said an old man who arrived there, some of his anbus. Kumo bastards. As usual, up to no good. As now we see, this man was none other than Onoki, the Tsuchikage of Iwagakure, who has gotten news that the team his granddaughter was on has been targeted by Kumo, and they were here to save them. As now we see, Onoki then said, Thanks for helping her out, brat. And you? Wait, are you not with Tsunade of Konoha? Yes, she's my sensei. And my grandmother. Figure. Sort of, said Naruto. I see. Thank you regardless. You have done me a good service. We need to leave. We're not gonna step in your way, Tsuchikage-sama. Wait. I think it is time that we repay you the favor back. So I welcome you, and your family too, Iwagakure, for dinner. I think that won't be necessary, said a voice that was familiar, that sent shivers down everyone's spine, and that made everyone's eyes widen as well, because this was Minato Namikaze, or a person similar to him. The only difference being his hair was black and eyes was as well. You. I know you. Minato Namikaze, the yellow flash of Konoha. No, I'm not that. Whoever you speak of. I don't know such a person. Stop bullshitting me, Minato. I know who you are. Regardless of you know me or not, I'm not the person you're looking for. All I can request is get away from my son. From the situation here, it is evident that you are holding over a boy and my family. As that is when Minato then said, Get away from them. As his fist clenched and his eyes narrowed, the shinobis with Onoki were feared from him because they knew if this was the Yellow Flash, then they were all done for, like the 1,000 shinobis that were done in the Third Great Shinobi War. I haven't forgotten what you have done. What do you mean I have done? I gave them fair enough chances to leave at the time. So you are the Yellow Flash. To hell with hiding. Not like I have another chance since you figured this out, Onoki. I should take care of you. Father, what do you mean by that? Shizune, take Naruto back. Leave this to me. Enough. Oji-san, and you as well, Minato Namikaze, said Kurtasuchi as she got up. I am humble and grateful that your son saved me, but that is the end of it. Think of this as a payback for what you have done, kid. Don't cross paths with us ever again, otherwise things could get messy. As Onoki then nodded. Fine, it is her decision, but Onoki-sama, enough. Kurtasuchi has given her decision. After all, we do owe them a favor, said Onoki with venom in his voice. Mark my words, Minato. I will hunt you down. Try your best, Onoki. But any one of you set a foot inside my home, Iwa will be teared to shreds. Is that a warning, Minato? A promise, said Minato with a wild look in his eyes. That's something that even Onoki has never seen, like a man who had nothing to lose, or left to lose. A dangerous one. As Onoki did the most, genius thing at the time, and that was to turn and leave. As now we see Naruto and the others return back. Father, what was that? Enough, Naruto. How many times do I have to tell you? Do not wonder when you are out. Because of what you have done, we could have been jeopardized. People think that your mother and I am dead, Naruto, for something that we have done long time ago. And we are hated for that. And if those people find out that we exist, there is a high chance that there might be war. And they might hunt us down. As that is when Jiraiya and Tsunade, who have been listening to this, then spoke. Enough about this, Minato. He's just a kid. And it is a kind of our fault as well that we kept it hidden from him. As Kushina also agreed. But on the other side, as this was going on, we see that an Onoki spy was following them and had been able to track them down. And returned back to Onoki. And Onoki did the next logical thing to get his revenge and humiliation payback, and that was to call for a Kage summit. Once the Kage summit was called, the other villages' Kages arrived, and they knew what to do. As Onoki spoke, Hiruzen, are you gonna reveal this, or should I do so myself? What? About Minato no Mikaze being alive, and you lying that he died. As Hiruzen's eyes widened, what do you mean by that? Minato no Mikaze died in front of my eyes after losing his son. We saw his son and himself near our borders. What the hell do you think he was doing there? Are you sure it was him? Said A from Kumo. As from Kiri, it was Maid Terumi who spoke. Regardless of what he has done, us Kiri has no say in it and will not go after them because they haven't done anything to us. But if there is a bounty, since we are in need of money, we will participate. I will pay the triple price of his bounty that exists for both him and his child. The same price. And for his wife, triple. Wherever they are, bring them to me. Then Kiri will participate. So will Suna. We will hunt them down for the bounty. As Hiruzen said, we will not participate in this. So you are saying and agreeing that they do exist. Even if they do, what are you gonna do about them? They have a being that you shouldn't mess with. Someone that you shouldn't awaken. Because if it is, then all of you are going to pay. Stop bullshitting, Hiruzen. There's no way that we will stop after finding what you have hidden. We are going to war with him. If Kona steps in, it will be a shinobi war again. And with that in mind, we see that a war has begun. As the four villages joined together, two with the aim of getting the bounty, the two for their own revenge, went on to search for the couple, and they found out where they were, in Uzushio-gakure. As now we see, Jiraiya, Tsunade, Minato and Kushina were standing tall, as they were battle ready, because they knew they were going to go down. They have hidden Naruto, but Naruto was feeling quite not well, because he was afraid of losing his family. He, when heard the battle cries, and battle commencing, and scream of the people, he was scared. Scared for his parents' safety, scared of losing his loved ones, and that is when it hit him. Something from within him called to him. It was Byaku who brought him in front of his master, the Darkness God, who he was a reincarnation of. As Darkness saw his other half, so you finally came to me, child of prophecy. Who are you? I am the one being that will grant you power. Do you desire it? For what? To protect them, idiot. I do. Will you protect everyone? Even those who try to hurt your family? No. I won't. I'll only protect those who need to be protected. Good answer. Come near, child. As Naruto arrived near, we see that the Darkness God turning to the other dark form of Naruto, and soon both of them merged. Naruto's attire changed in the form of a traditional Japanese one, but all black, with red bindings, and soon the blade Byaku unleashed. As huge amount of darkness was unleashed, as now we see Minato, Kushina and the others, while this was going on, were on their knees and captured while beaten, as the Kages were smirking. and were about to execute them. What? What is that? What are you hiding? As Minato smirked and said, a being that you shouldn't have awakened. And before anything could have been said, Onoki was pierced with a black darkness blade that eradicated him with a scream that he gave out, and his body burned down to ashes. And in the next moment, a being appeared near the blade, and all they heard was a sinister laugh that sent chills down everyone's spine, even the most hardened shinobis. All of you are here. Perfect. Easy for me to deliver the judgment. You all tried to harm those who have been my precious people. And amongst you I can see some of the innocent souls. So step out, or should I separate you from them? As Fu, who was taken from Takigakure, Kara no Sabuko, alongside with his siblings, and Kuretsuchi and Yujitoni and B, Samui, Karui, and Darui, and Amoy were taken from their places, and some of the others were as well, who were seemingly innocent in the eyes of, well, this being, and were placed behind them. What is going on? You have been deemed innocent. Congratulations. And now you're about to witness my execution. As Naruto in his darkness form then uplifted the blade, and then he then said, execution, and stabbed the blade on the ground as black flames rose in front of everyone in the form of a wave and went through all of them, burning everything in its way, every soul and living human who was corrupt. But that wave didn't stop there. Naruto unleashed another wave in all fours, sending it through the people who were innocent. They were left alive. As now we see, wherever the wave went, the innocents were the only ones unhurt by it. In a single slash of the waves, more than 75% of the population of the whole elemental nation was wiped out from the face of the earth. A phenomenon many didn't realize. Even Konoha and the other villages, even the capitals were left barren, because little population was left, as people didn't understood what was going on. But the Bijus, they did. As now we see, the Bijus speaking to their Jinchurikis respectively, that being is a god, beware of him. One who delivers judgment is a god, beware of him. And these were the only words they heard, as Naruto turned towards them and said, are you going to take revenge? If you do, then I will execute you. Live your life to the way you wish to be, since you have been redeemed and deemed saving worthy. And mark my words, Otsuzukis, he said, pointing his katana towards the moon that has become visible by now. If you or any one of you dare set a foot in my domain, I will eradicate you. My sisters and I have worked hard for this new generation to be achieved. And with that, the Otsuzukis have been warmed. To the eyes of the others, the man or the kid who did this looked stupid, but what they did not knew was the Bijus, who were shaking and fidgeting very regularly, because the Otsuzukis were indeed listening in, and they were now afraid because a god-level threat has appeared, someone that they couldn't defeat even in their dreams. As now we see, Naruto then fell down to the ground and returned back to normal. As Kuretsuchi then said, What did he do? Tell me. As following her, others also raised the question, what did he do? We also want to know. Minato-san. It all began at his birth. As Minato began to explain that how, instead of Shinigami, a dark god appeared, and how his sensei told him that he has become a part of Naruto to save him. And his goal was to save those who were deemed save-worthy, because Naruto was the child of prophecy that was supposed to unite all of them. But because of the complications, that prophecy was changed. And due to that, Naruto became who he is, and he has just finished his job in one instance. As this left everyone shocked, because they could have never imagined that the gods would themselves involve with them and do the job themselves. But now realizing that they, if tried to go even after him or revenge on him, they were the next one who would be erased. So, they did the next best thing, live out their lives like the god has told them to do so. And so, years begin to pass down, as now we see the remaining villagers have come together and begin to form new minor villages, and population has begun to regrow once more. As now we see a 20-year-old Naruto inside a second home that was created in Uzushio Gakure, the new founded one by them, as many people have begun to move inside there, and the life have begun once more. This is where Naruto and his wife resided. Kurtasuchi and Naruto, difference by a few years, because Kurtasuchi was older, have fallen in love regardless. Kurtasuchi has fallen in love with Naruto, not with the god, because she knew Naruto and the god were different. The boy who saved her. She couldn't forget about him, even after all of that madness has went down. Obviously, it was quite, well, weird for her to call the murderer of her whole, well, shinobi, shinobis and so on, father figure, but still, it is what it is. And in the end, it was a war started by the old corrupt people, and both were different soldiers who were fighting for the protection of their home. And that with that thought in mind, she went and forgave him. But as for Naruto, well, she was in love with him, and now they were expecting their first child, and he was going to be named Akatsuchi, the father that she lost in the war, and the others gave them their blessing. As now we see Kamiyami and Shinigami and the darkness that appeared away from Naruto after fulfilling his job were happy. Finally, are you happy with the work I have done? Yes, brother. Thank you so much. Now, I realize that we need you as much as you need us. Obviously, where there is light, darkness also will follow, whether you like it or not. Without light and darkness, there will be no harmony. So both needs to be equal to keep the balance. You're right about that. As this is where I'm going to be leaving this short movie off, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, as this is it for the day, and I'm signing off for the day as well. Peace!